Hello, welcome. This is the 6 year box here. Welcome. This is all about 90 minutes Nigeria. Looking at the game between Nigeria and Zimbabwe in the African World Cup 2026 qualifiers. Nigeria is making it difficult for themselves, to be honest. They might end up not going to this World Cup, but we're going to dive straight into it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, like, share, all that kind of good stuff. And we're going to be looking at the game played today, earlier on today in the World Cup, the Godwin Akpabio Stadium in Uyo, southern part of Nigeria. And it's Nigeria needed to win this game coming into this double header fixtures. They needed to beat what do you call it? They needed to beat Zimbabwe, and then they needed to beat Rwanda, which they did. They beat Rwanda by 2 goals to nil. They needed to beat Zimbabwe as well, which they did, Zimbabwe, which they couldn't. And it's one of those whereby it is it is tough going for Nigeria, to be honest. It is something that it's tough to take for Nigerians. This fixture, this result, and it is. It's one of those whereby it's one of those dangerous game. The game kicked off. Nigeria put them under a lot of pressure. Let me do the team list for Nigeria. Goal for Nigeria, it was Nwabale, left back, Trust Ekong, centre back, Bryce to say Samuel, playing right back, and Calvin Bassi is the partner and centre back. Demola Lukman, Samuel Chukwueze, Alex Iwobi, and Wilfred Ndidi, the midfielders, and up top, Victor Osimhen, and Moses Simon. I don't know formation the manager was playing. He was playing 4-1-3-2. That's the formation I was playing. He was playing with one holding midfielder, which is right. Zimbabwe were playing exactly the same, matching up Nigeria, but no, they're playing 4-2-3-1. They basically just defended. Nigeria had a couple of chances. Goalkeeper made a save. And I think it's a problem with this team. I think when we play against these teams, there's no small teams in this competition anymore. We know that Nigeria should be beating all these teams, to be honest. As they say, no disrespect, but Nigeria, with the quality we have in our team, we should be beating Zimbabwe. And first half was goalless, and there were just indecisions. Especially Demola Lookman has had a fantastic season in the past year, but sometimes he needed to just pass the ball, or indecisions, people not making the right decisions. And the first half ended with Nigeria. Goalkeeper made a great save from Osimhen's header. There was also some bits and pieces that were just when we were getting a little bit anxious. I think one thing we've been talking about, this team we need a creative midfielder, somebody that can, actually go past people in midfield and, put the ball on the plate. I dare to say like a JJ Okocha, but those kind of players that don't exist anymore for Nigeria. We need to find those kind of players. And it's going to be a shame Nigeria don't go to this World Cup, because this is like 2 World Cups in a row. So that's like 6. World Cup is every 4 years. That's 8 years of Nigeria not being at the World. Is it every 4 years or 3 years? I can't even remember. But today just felt like we just couldn't get that goal. Second half kicked off as well. It was end to end, not end to end. Nigeria were just trying to get this goal. Zimbabwe were trying to play on the counter. They had a couple of chances, but I noticed when they even build up their play, they were not in a rush to get the game, to get a goal. They just controlled the tempo of the game, which they did really, really well. And it's one of those whereby Nigeria needed that goal, and the goal came in the yeah. I need to get my charger on quickly. Gonna be back very, very soon. I'm just gonna put this one on. Get my charger on quickly. And it's just one of those whereby Nigeria just basically looked for the chances. There was the goalkeeper didn't make a lot of save, but they made a lot of blocks in the right area of the defenders. Um, I think I'm not going to criticize the manager. I think bringing on the big guy, although he created the hold up the play. I think bringing on the big guy, I can't remember his name. I think I just thought then we needed a wingers to come in, move Ademola look more wide, uh, take Iwobi off, put Oyedika in midfield with Ndidi, um, play what's his name wide, play Ademola wide, move Iwobi to a number 10 role, and play Simon on the left. I think that's what I was thinking. Move Iwobi forward a little bit for 10 or 15 minutes and see what happens. But yeah, we got the goal from the beautiful cross on the left from Ola, and Victor Osimhen was on the far post to head the ball in for Nigeria's goal in the 74th minute, and we just couldn't get out of that goal. The players looked tired. Towards the end, it was 30 degrees back there, and I think the manager, I think he could have made a couple of more changes for me, especially the wingers because they do all the running. But it's other here and there. But Nigeria always struggle. I can't remember last time we scored more than 2 goals in games. We seems to be struggling to put teams away. Gonna have to find a way. But yeah, it was tough. It was tough. It was a tough game. It was a tough game that Nigeria couldn't see this one over the line. I just get that win and close the gap. And 1-0, you know what was going to happen, and I kept saying it. And the what do you call it? The the Zimbabweans got an equalizer, and on that left hand side of their left hand side, our right hand side, and it was Tawanda Chiremwa with the goal. 90 minutes. What a time to score! And I think I don't like putting blames on players, but I think the captain, Ekong, for me, is got to take some responsibility for that goal. The ball came to him on the left hand side. You have to make sure that guy don't go past you, man. I know maybe he was a little bit scared in terms of penalties or something like that, but that ball, he was there 50-50. The guy just knocked it past him and scored a beautiful goal. But for me, the captain has to make sure, that ball is not going in. So, it was a goal that, I was, how am I going to put it? I was not happy with that goal at all. I think we could have done better there. And yeah, they got their equalizer. Nigeria threw men on left, right, and center to get the goal, but they just couldn't find the breakthrough. And leaves us where we are right now in terms of the table. Nigeria, what do you call it? Nigeria. In terms of the table, Nigeria. In terms of the table, Nigeria are fourth right now. You can see on the table, South Africa won their game against Benin Republic by 2-0. And Benin are second on 8 points. Rwanda third on 7. Nigeria on 6 points. Lesotho behind them. And Zimbabwe are bottom of the table. It is going to be very, very difficult for Nigeria. Don't know how many games we have left going forward. But it was a bad result for Nigeria. All in all, they needed that victory. Apparently, it came out today that South Africa, they could be suspended. They could be deducted 3 points for playing Mokoena, their midfielder, in one of their games. They've only lost one game. They won 3, draw 1. Nigeria have lost one game as well, but drawn 3, win just one game. For me, it's going to take something really, really incredible. If South Africa gets points deducted, they're going to be on 7 points, and that means that they're going to be just 1 point above Nigeria. Benin are going to be top. So yeah, it makes it all interesting then going into that South Africa game. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Let's see what happens going forward in terms of this group. Going forward in terms of this group. In terms of going forward, the next set of fixtures, let's say fixtures in terms of March 2024. Those are all the results. In terms of the Nigerian group, the next set of fixtures is going to be yeah, I'm not showing the next set of fixtures. Let's just go to here, match scores and match fixtures. Let's go to the fixtures. Yeah, so the next round of fixtures after this is going to be. Why is it not showing the next round of fixtures? It's only showing Tuesday match. Yeah, it's not showing the next one. Let's click on Nigeria to see who Nigeria will be playing next. Yeah, it's not showing. I think the next game is South Africa anyway in June. That's the next game. And, like I say, it's going to be tough for Nigeria, going forward. It's going to be very, very difficult. And, you just have to find a way. It's going to be, especially for the people back home. This is Nigeria. Not even them back home, for everybody, Nigerians around the world. Football brings them a lot of joy. And this team has to find a way to get to the World Cup. I was looking at the what do you call the road to the World Cup, who you have to play if you go into playoffs. You play a playoff against an African team, then you play a playoff against a team from other continents as well. It's just long, man. But yeah, if Nigeria have to do it that way, they gotta have to do it that way. That's the way it's gonna be done. And it's going to be interesting to see how they do cope. But yeah, for me, I think Osimhen did well. Osimhen did well. He did well. If I'm going to do the ratings quickly, my ratings in Wabele, I'll give him 7, 8. He didn't have to do anything. Wabele, I'll give him a 7, 8, 7. I'll give him a 8. Because he created that goal. The right back, say Samuel, the goal was scored from his side, so I'm going to mark him down for that. It was scored from his side. I'll give him a 5, 4. I think a 5 or 6 because he was struggling. Centre back, Ekong, I'll give him a 5. It was poor for that equalizing goal. Well, that's one job he needed to do. because South Africa were, Nigeria were attacking, and yeah, I'll give him a 5. Who else? The centre back pairing, Calvin Bassey. I think he played well. He played really well. I give him a 7. Going into midfield, in Didi, I give him Didi a 7 as well. Although they were all flagging towards the end of that match, because it was the line minutes. I think it was about 30, what do you call it? 30 degrees. I think the manager could have made changes. In Didi should have come up for Yedika, and then it will be for Alassane or something. But he just looked tired. It will be, yeah, he was trying to create and all that kind of stuff. So I'll give him a 7. Lukman, I'll give him a 5 or 4, 5, because his decision making was not right. He was supposed, when he was supposed to pass, it was taking shots from when players were standing in front of you. Who else? I've done Iwobi, I've done Lukman, who else? I think Chukwueze played well. I think Chukwueze played well. I give Chukwueze a 7. Simon did well as well. I give him an 8. Osimhen played well. I give him an 8. The sub, I can't remember his name, the big guy up top, laid off the goal. Yeah, I think he's still getting himself used to playing for the Eagles. It's going to take some time. I'll give him a 6. Victor Boniface, Victor needs to be playing instead of this guy. So, I'll give him a 5 as well. Manager, I'll give him a 7. I think his subs were not right for me in terms of trying to get wingers. I think you should have concentrated more on the wingers to try and, try something else, with the wingers, I think when Chukwueze came off, we didn't give them problem on the other side in terms of wing play, and yeah, I think I think he's trying to get to know the team, so it's gonna take time for him. So yeah, that's my ratings for the team. We move on, to June. Hopefully, got South Africa to play. Rwanda at home, South Africa away. And I think there's one more game as well. I'm not sure which game it is. But Nigeria's gonna have to do it the hard way. But it's looking very, very tough for Nigeria to make it to the World Cup. We have to be at that World Cup. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Zimbabwe and Nigeria ended 1-1. And yeah, Nigeria, they've got a big job on their hands now.